Hey guys, welcome back. And today we look at the sum function from Excel, which is one of the maths functions that we need to look at. So sum as such does what it does is a simple summing of all the values that are available in the selected cells. When I'm talking about sum, it adds up all the values. Usually, the syntax of sum will look like this. So sum, and then you have various numbers. So it will be number one, comma, number two, comma, number three. So it could be various numbers that will come on, and all other numbers are optional. Yeah. At least one number has to be available in the brackets or in the arguments in order to sum a particular value. Yeah, you can specify up to 255 additional numbers. You need to remember that. So when you are trying to sum a particular number, it should have numbers in it. It cannot have values which are in the form of text. So the arguments which are available in sum should not be in the form of text. Let's see how it works. So I have this data, which is sales data of books or various kinds of items. And I have the sales and expenses and the quantity. So usually, if I have to sum this entire sales column, so what I'll write the code as is equal to sum, and then I'll select all the values which are available, either with a keyboard or with a mouse selection. Close the brackets and enter. Yeah. Now, this is very specific that you need to see to it that the cell that is formatted is in the form of number so that you get the exact sum. Okay. So you need to note that numbers and dates are always counted as number values by the sum function. However, text representation or logical values are handled differently, depending on whether they are values stored in cells of the worksheet or they are supplied directly to the function. Yeah. So we'll see one of the things how it happens. So suppose I want to sum the date. Now we sum the entire sales. Let's see whether I am able to sum the entire dates. Yeah. So I would be able to do it. Can see it has summed up the entire date because date are considered as serial number. So when I convert this to number, you'll find it is a serial number. So it is adding all the serial numbers of this date and it is giving me a number. Yeah. Suppose I'll tell you how it happens. So if I take all these dates and convert it to a number, which is a serial number, and total it. Yeah. If I total this number, I'll get this number. Yeah. If you want to see it once again, I'll sum this number, sum of all this values, serial numbers of the dates, and you get this date. Again, I have to convert it to number to give you the above result. Yeah. So date can be added, but you need to be careful while adding dates. Some is usually or most of the times, or 90 to 100% of the time, it is being used to calculate the sum of numbers. Yeah. I can sum by adding individual values as well. So I can add, if I want to know the expense of one ID 1 and 2. So I'll say comma and this. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. So I can have a range of cells which can be added. I can have individual cells being selected where it has a number. I can have numbers which are from multiple ranges. So if I want to add this 4, ID 1 to 4, and then 10 to 18. So these are different. So what I need to do is equal to, I would say is equal to sum. I'll first select the first range, that is from 1 to 4. I'll add a comma and then select the second range. Yeah. And then I will close the bracket and say enter. So this way I'm able to calculate sum of specific ranges as well. And I can have multiple of them. I can have two ranges, or I can add comma and have one more range from 16 to 18, and I can add it. Yeah. So you can add some in a range, you can have individual cells, you can have multiple ranges into it. Yeah. But as I told you, you cannot sum a value and a text. Yeah, so this is a text. I cannot sum it. So it gives me a different output altogether. It gives me 950. So the text which is available will be ignored. Yeah. Now, if I try to add a text here, it will give me a value error. So it depends on whether a text is being added as a part of the cell reference, or whether it is added as a value directly into the cell. Yeah. So if it is added as directly into a cell, it will give you a value error. Whereas if I try to reference a text, which is this value, and the text which is available in this particular cell, it will give me the output of sum of values of the numbers which are available in the selected range. If I reference it to some value which where there is no so I'm taking an empty cell, or a reference to a cell which doesn't have a value, it will give me the sum as 0. Okay. Later on, if I try to add anything here, so suppose I add 100 here, it will add up automatically. So this is how sum works. And there are cases where you'll get an error which you need to take care of. You need to also take care of whether when you're adding date, what is the output being provided, and how you can select various cell references or ranges to get your output as sum of the numbers. Okay. So what you need to understand from here is sum is usually, or is used to sum all the values within a selected cell, or which you have added as an argument in the cell reference. Hope I was able to make the concepts clear regarding sum. Hope you like this video. Do like it, share it across with your colleagues who want to learn Excel. Comment if you want me to cover any topics in the 365 days of Excel journey. And yes, do not forget to subscribe to my channel, because that's how you're going to get all this, all the new videos that I upload on YouTube. And yes, that will also keep me motivated towards creating such free content. Thank you so much.